This is gonna be a bitch to edit because I just talked to the camera for like an hour because I talk so much and I just wanna shut up, Kristi. My hair is wet and unbrushed, so please refrain from roasting me. Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Kristi. Welcome to my channel. If you've never been here before, if you have, welcome back. If this is your first time on my channel, make sure you subscribe below. Check out all my social medias and follow me because self-promotion. Today's video is going to be a little more serious. It's been a video I've been wanting to make for a while. I just never knew when I was going to or really like how to. Also kind of just winging this. By the title, if you haven't got this, today's video is going to be about anxiety and panic attacks and my anxiety disorder. It's a very weird, hard topic for me. I don't know how to put most of it in words. Before I really understood it and was able to control it, I didn't know how to explain it because I didn't really know what I was going through or what I was dealing with. I'm here to share with you my experience on this, what it's like for me, and maybe hope to educate those of you who are unaware about anxiety and what it can do to a person, and then maybe you're going through and you just haven't been able to figure out exactly what it was. So if you want to hear my take on anxiety and my panic attacks, then just keep watching. Why did I keep doing this with my hands? I don't know. Okay. A lot of people do get panic attacks. A lot of people do get anxiety over just school. They're like, oh my god, that's giving me so much anxiety. There are also people like me who have GAD, which is general anxiety. I say it like anxiety. General anxiety disorder, which means it's more of an occurrence thing. Once I've had a panic attack over something, once something has triggered it, it seems as if I keep having it and I always am fearing that I'm gonna have one, so it's like I'm living with always being anxious and always, you know, getting these feelings like I'm gonna have another attack over the same area or at the same place or whatever it was that triggered it. So I found this thing that I wrote down when I was trying to explain to some of my friends like what I was going through, because this is something like I don't know how to talk about it. I only talk about it to my doctors. I make my mom come with me to talk about it. I type it out for her. Like, I do not speak about this. It's like really weird, really hard, because before I knew what it was and that I had this disorder, I didn't know how to control it. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what triggered it. I didn't know what I was going through. I thought something was just wrong with me. I typed this when I was in a really like bad place and I was trying to explain to people like what was going on. I mean, it's not that I'm not open about it. I just don't ever know how to put it in words to people. It's like so hard. But let's get into it. I wrote, here's an example of my thoughts. As I'm typing this, I'm sitting on a couch watching TV. The number one thing going through my head is, when is someone going to be barging through the door? Who will it be? What am I gonna say? Is anyone gonna come? What time? Weird. Yeah. See, like, instead of just sitting on the couch watching a movie, I always am like, what if somebody knocks on my door? Like, who is it gonna be and like, what am I gonna say? Should I just like sit like this? Like, what do I do? Like, it's weird. It's stuff that like people think about like certain situations, but I think about it in every situation. Like, I'm always overthinking. I used to think anxiety was just something everyone had, just an emotion or feeling. I didn't realize that it could be like a disorder that like you live with, that like I thought like I just got anxiety over certain things, and then I realized how often I got it over reoccurring things. And I always say like it is so bad that I would not wish it upon my worst enemy. Like, it is so bad. I've never met like been close friends with somebody who's gone through the exact same like types of panic attacks that I have. I've never witnessed somebody experience one other than myself. So I couldn't, like, I would not wish it upon my worst enemy. It's like so frightening. Living life like with the constant fear that you might just panic at any moment is frightening, and that's just like pitiful to have to say. A lot of people know like depression and anxiety kind of like play hand in hand. They do like relate. I'm saying it's hard to talk about, not because I get emotional, but because like I do not know how to put in words unless you've like firsthand experienced it. It's really difficult to explain it to someone who's doesn't have it or doesn't really understand it. Since growing up, I haven't been able to like make phone calls. I haven't been able to, like, this is just because I've been baby, like make my mom go to things with me, like order for me. I won't like speak to people, and I always thought it was just because I was babied, but then like it was getting worse and worse as I got older, which is weird because like y'all know me on YouTube as so outgoing. Like, I'm so like weird, crazy, loud, obnoxious, wild, whatever. A lot of people don't know is that like I do have social anxiety also. A lot of times I've had to cancel plans. I can't go places because I overthink it. I overthink, what am I gonna say when I walk in? Like, what do I do? I don't know, and it's not even any like big things. It's just like a hangout. I've actually like covered a bunch of that with like alcohol. I use that as to like kind of mask my, because I feel like I'm completely fearless when I am, you know, intoxicated. I won't walk into a group of people without being intoxicated because I literally will panic. Didn't realize until I got older, like 18, like college age, what it was that I was dealing with. Like, I never really, I don't know, I didn't understand it, and I didn't know how to control it, and I didn't really like, wasn't really diagnosed with it. It got really bad basically once I was like 18 and off on my own. So basically what a panic attack is, it's like having a head full of constant worry. I'm so worried and anxious, and if you ask me why, I'd say I don't know, but like I literally do not know. There is no reason I can think of possibly that, like, I don't know why I feel so worried. Like, what is it? What am I worried about? Like, there's no reason. I'm just so worried. Like, my head is constantly full of so much worry. I'm always constantly thinking what others are thinking about me, like at that exact moment. I can't be in social situations with a group of people who I do not feel 100% comfortable with. I will lose control on the inside. My heart starts racing, mimicking heart attack-like symptoms. I get sick to my stomach. I feel so hopeless and need to escape, not just the environment, but my body. It's like it's not even me that's doing it, it's my body, and that sounds crazy, I know, but it's so true. I throw up if I'm upset for no reason at all. I overthink every single possible thing. I worry about every single possible thing. I care about every single person's opinion. I'm so self-conscious, it literally tears my mind apart. Sometimes I feel like the only way I can live a normal everyday life is if I had like a babysitter almost. And the reason I say that is because it's like I felt like I needed to have somebody do life for me. I literally, this is so weird to say, like I needed somebody to drive me places. I didn't want, like I get anxious about driving in a car. I needed somebody to walk in places and like get me food. I feel weird just going into Publix. Like even when I go to the checkout, I get really nervous. Like, oh my God, like how do I socialize with this person? Like, do I look, like how do I make their eye contact? It's super weird about it all the time, and I need someone to be with me at all times when leaving the house or doing anything at all. I feel as if I'll never be able to have a full-time job ever in the future, which that is like so sad to say because like I was letting this thing like keep me from doing things. Simply because I can't do anything without feeling nervous, worried, or hopeless. It's a scary thought. When these episodes, that's what I call them, like my attacks, I call them episodes. When these episodes occur, I feel as if it takes over me and it's physically impossible for me to act like a normal human being does. I completely forget how to function, racing heart, racing thoughts, shaking uncontrollably. I feel like I'm better off being alone in a quiet room, completely removed from any situation without putting forth any effort. So what I mean by that is when I'm having an attack, what I want to do is like I want to escape. The biggest word I can use is escape. Like, and I don't know what that means. Like, escape my body, escape the situation. I just want to be removed from whatever it is that is triggering me or is giving me the panic attack. Wherever I'm at, I want to be removed. I want to be alone. I want to be in a dark space, and I want just like to breathe because like I can't ever breathe. Another way to describe living with this is I'm always scared of being scared. So what I mean by that is like I'm constantly always scared that I'm going to be scared, I don't know how to say that, of something happening. And no one should have to live their life like that. It just sucks always having to worry and always having to think about these little things. People literally do not know this about me at all. I did get help for it. Therapy does help. You know, there are medication aspects. There's different places you can go, things you can take. I'm not ever like encouraging anyone to take medications or anything. For me personally, like that's just, you know, what has helped me. Basically just being able to recognize what it is. Educate myself on it so that I know how to deal with it. And for those of you who don't have this, it is still good to educate yourself on it because maybe your friends have it, or maybe you might be with someone one day who does experience a really horrific panic attack, and the worst thing ever is not knowing what to do, because when I have them, I don't want to speak to people. I don't want to explain what's going on. I don't know how to explain what's going on. It's always a weird, awkward, uncomfortable situation. I always just want to throw up and honestly die. And that sounds so bad, but it like literally makes you want, like you don't know what to do. I've called Ubers to my parents' house. I've called Ubers alone, like just to get in a car. And I've asked my drivers to like not be like, please don't speak. I'll just be like, I'm really upset right now, like please don't. And I have to sit in the back, I have to breathe, I have to escape. I've literally left situations without saying bye to people like that are so awkward, and like had to make up lies like, I'm sorry, I had an emergency, just because I was having a panic attack and I don't know how to have it in public. Like that, it's just, that's so weird. People are literally going to be like, is she okay? Like, is she drunk? But when you're just, it's what, like 11 a.m. in the morning and you're having a panic attack in a group of people, it's not really something that you know how to do. Well, duh, but like it's not really, it's just, they're awful situations. And they occur, you never really know, but I kind of learn what has triggered them. Do have people I know that trigger them, which that means I cannot be around those people anymore. And if I am around those people, I don't necessarily get a panic attack, but I feel it coming and I have to remove myself from the situation, whether that be leave or, yeah, basically leave. And it can be people that I don't hate, like I can like them, but there might be, like, there's this one person who gives me them, and it's because, I'm just gonna say they are so outgoing that it overwhelms me, I guess because I'm outgoing, and it's like they're more outgoing than me. I don't know how to explain their personality, but they just really overwhelm me where I get, like, don't know how to speak to them. And nothing against them, like, well, kind of, but they trigger them for me, so I can no longer, like, I cannot stand to be around them. Not because I don't like them, but because they just overwhelm me and freak me out and fill me with worry. Attacks are like a way of your body protecting you, kind of. Some people's are just a lot bigger than others. It sucks because before I knew what I was having, like my first big panic attack, when I like kind of figured I literally thought I was dying, and I like tried to go to the hospital. I wanted to go to the hospital because I didn't know what was happening to me. And that's why it's really important to like know about this stuff, because if it does happen to you and you don't know what's going on, it's really good to know that, oh hey, I'm having a panic attack, and know maybe some ways to calm it down or what you need to do, and you're not dying, and you know, it just remove yourself from the situation. No, like, y'all, I literally thought I was dying. Like, I wanted to die. It was so, like I said before, I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. Panic attacks are no joke. And before, like, I had them, I'd hear kind of about people say they had them when I was younger, and I'd just be like, ugh, how dramatic. Like, I'm such a shit talker. I'd be like, how dramatic, like, oh no, I'm having an anxiety attack. Not really, but then I'm like, oh, karma for me, because I have general anxiety disorder. And I have social anxiety. And to top it off, suffer from severe panic attacks. By seeking help, I have certain things that I do and take to calm down. I'm able to like feel one coming and able to, you know, calm it down before then. And it's just really good to know how to control it, because oh my god, they are so bad. I get a lot of them when I'm places alone, or when I'm traveling, when I'm with people who I'm uncomfortable with, whether they're my good, like a good friend of mine, but somebody who I'm just not 100% with can have it. If I'm ever in trouble, I get them. If I sense or smell trouble during them, everything seems like a dream. Everything is louder. Your heart feels like it's like coming out of you. You are sweating, but you're cold. You're shaking. You literally feel like you're on drugs. I know that's so bad to say, but you're not. I just basically wanted to share with everyone like how serious this is. I know like mental health awareness is like really important. I've always kind of like just skipped through it and not really like cared much because it didn't involve me. I want to do whatever I can to help out anyone who's ever experiencing any of this. If anyone ever wants to reach out to me and comment below, and maybe like we can talk and chat about what you've gone through, and I can tell you more about like what I've gone through with these. I would love that. I know this is kind of weird for me to like be more serious now, but there are a few things that I want to talk about on my channel instead of just trying to be so like wild and out there. I want to be able to also be more sincere and serious about some constant struggles and things that people do go through in life. So if you guys liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below. Yeah, so thanks so much for watching. I love you all so much.